Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Manchester United are preparing to face Lyon in the quarter-finals of the Europa League on Thursday, following their goalless draw in the Manchester derby. Both sides drew a blank in a disappointing showing at Old Trafford on Sunday, but United still have plenty to play for. With Ruben Amorim's side sat 13th in the Premier League, their Europa League campaign has taken on even greater significance. If they can get past Lyon and win the semi-final and final of the competition, then a place in next season's Champions League awaits for United. While that is still a tall order for a team who continue to struggle for consistency, it is the only plausible route back into the big time for Amorim. The Portuguese coach has already got one eye on the summer transfer window, where the club are plotting the much-needed major overhaul. A striker is just one of the positions that desperately needs to be addressed, and there is news on that front in the latest headlines from United Report. Ipswich Town. Forward Liam Delap is at the top of Manchester United's transfer wish list this summer, it has been claimed. Delap has scored 12 goals in 30 Premier League matches for the Tractor Boys this season, and their pending relegation to the Championship will trigger a release clause in his contract. The 22-year-old striker will become available for £40 million, and he is the club's number one target, ahead of Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, Sporting Lisbon's Victor Gyökeres, and Hugo Ekitike of Eintracht Frankfurt. Osimhen is on loan at Galatasaray currently and has just 18 months left on his Napoli deal. Gyökeres worked under Amorim at Sporting and has a remarkable 44 goals in 44 games this season, while Ekitike has managed 19 at Frankfurt. Manchester United will be heading out to Hong Kong and Malaysia after the Premier League season ends. They will fly out to Kuala Lumpur straight after their last domestic game on May 25th, before playing against ASEAN All-Stars on May 28th. The two-match tour will reportedly earn United £10 million, with Chief Executive Omar Barada mentioning the significant additional revenue it will drive in the press release. All the club's biggest stars will be expected to jet out to the Far East to satisfy sponsors and the fans. It comes despite increased concerns among players and experts about burnout and injuries, and environmental commitments. Club co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has emphasised the need to drive more revenue and suggested the club could have gone bust in the winter without his widespread cost-cutting. United legend Paul Scholes is worried that he is painting himself as a villain through his continued criticism of his former club. Scholes says he only works on United matches these days, due to his interest in their progress, but has had little to compliment them on in recent years. Ever since I've started doing it, it's not been great United's performances, he said on the Overlap fan debate. I don't think I saw them win for a long time, and you look terrible having a go at your club when that's the club you played for. For 20 years, it's the last thing you want. It'd be so easy if you were a Manchester City player for the last 10 years. Where we are now, it makes you look like a bit of a villain. Manchester United have confirmed a two-game post-season tour of Malaysia and Hong Kong next month. It will be the first post-season tour in the modern era for United and a first return to Asia since 2022, when they beat arch-rivals Liverpool in Bangkok. United will take on ASEAN All-Stars in the 84,000-capacity Bukit Jalil National Stadium in Kuala Lumpur on May 28th, before travelling to play Hong Kong, China in the 40,000-capacity Hong Kong Stadium on May 30th. United last visited Kuala Lumpur in 2009 and Hong Kong in 2013, with the post-season tour a precursor to United's participation in the Premier League Summer Series in the US. Ruben Amorim and his squad will fly to Kuala Lumpur straight after their final Premier League game of the season, at home to Aston Villa on May 25th. Omar Barada, Chief Executive Officer at Manchester United, said, "We appreciate the amazing level of support that Manchester United enjoys around the world, and this summer we are delighted to deliver a schedule that provides our fans in Asia, Scandinavia and the United States the opportunity to connect with the club and watch the men's first team play live in local settings. Importantly, tour fixtures drive significant additional revenue, which help make the club stronger, allowing us to keep investing in success on the pitch." They also create unique opportunities for us to collaborate with our valued commercial partners and to deepen relationships with our fans in regions such as Asia and the US. Since Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos arrived in February 2024, there has been a strong emphasis on the need to make cuts and increase revenue. Ratcliffe recently claimed that without the cost-cutting measures he implemented, the club would have run out of cash by the end of 2025. High workload of the modern player. The Professional Footballers Association has expressed worry for its members, who risk burnout due to the number of matches and travel without rest. The Times recently reported that sources close to United stars Alejandro Garnacho and Manuel Ugarte were alarmed at the plans to fly out to the Far East at the end of the Premier League season. That is because the duo are hoping to represent Argentina and Uruguay in World Cup qualifiers shortly after playing for United in Malaysia and Hong Kong, creating grueling 75,000-mile schedules. Later in the summer, United will play Leeds in Stockholm on July 19th and then head to the United States, where they will participate in the Premier League Summer Series, which begins on July 26th. Ruben Amorim's team are due to play West Ham and Bournemouth before their final game against Everton on August 3rd. Those games will take place in New Jersey, Chicago and Atlanta, not long before the 2025/26 Premier League season kicks off again on August 16th. René Meulensteen has encouraged Manchester United to build their team around Kobbie Mainoo amid continued speculation surrounding his long-term future at Old Trafford. The 61-year-old, who formerly served as Sir Alex Ferguson's right-hand man, previously worked as a coach in United's youth system and has a keen eye for emerging talent. He played a role in nurturing players like Marcus Rashford, Paul Pogba and Jesse Lingard. In an interview with Discasino, he described Mainoo as brilliant and noted it would be very sad if the club allowed such a gifted academy product to depart. Kobbie Mainoo looked brilliant when he stepped into the senior Manchester United team from the youth setup, Meulensteen said to Discasino. He has his entire career ahead of him, and the team should do what they can to keep him. I'd be very sad if they decided to sell him. At the end of the day, they don't have another young and energetic midfielder like him. He has proven that he can play at that level. Mainoo, 19, has been a rare positive for the Red Devils during a difficult period. Bursting onto the scene in 2023, as one of the most promising midfielders in the country, he concluded his first full senior season with an FA Cup victory and a spot in England's starting 11 at Euro 2024. His contract runs until 2027 with an optional extra year, and efforts to secure a long-term deal have hit a standstill. As the club faces increasing financial pressure and seeks to stay within PSR guidelines, it's believed they may consider cashing in on Mainoo if negotiations fail to move forward. But Meulensteen thinks parting ways would be a serious misstep and has called on United to prioritise resolving the situation. I wouldn't be hasty to let him go, but it's clear that he has fallen to the wayside. The situation needs rectifying, the Dutchman stressed. It may be as a result of financial regulations that they are looking to explore a deal with clubs for him. But to me, he looks like the kind of player that you would build that side around for years to come. Mainoo carried his impressive momentum into the early stages of the 2024-25 season, picking up where he left off. Unfortunately, his progress was halted by injury. He missed the final weeks of Erik ten Hag's tenure at United due to a muscle issue and has not featured since early February. Chelsea expressed interest in signing the youngster during the January window, though they never tabled an official bid. Meanwhile, Real Madrid are reportedly monitoring the situation closely. The La Liga side is thought to be interested in bringing Mainoo into their growing English contingent, which already includes Jude Bellingham, and could soon feature Trent Alexander-Arnold. United, for now, are still planning with Mainoo in their future plans, and there's hope that a fresh deal will be signed in the coming months. Still, the club's fragile financial position may complicate matters. As he's an academy graduate, any potential sale of Mainoo would be recorded as pure profit, on the books making a large offer difficult to dismiss, particularly as the club tries to stay compliant with Premier League spending rules.